Hi, my name is ColdBeer, and let's start with Dave the Diver. This is a casual single-player adventure RPG featuring deep-sea exploration and fishing during the day and sushi restaurant management at night. Here you will dive into the ever-changing blue hole and use a harpoon and other weapons to catch fish and other various unlucky creatures. You will upgrade and forge equipment with collected resources and sushi restaurant profits to prepare for the dangers that lurk in the unknown. Here you will also meet quirky but lovable characters and a story full of jokes and other humorous scenes. The game is a combination of pixel and 3D graphics that provide an interesting and original art style. The adventure is set in the real marine environment of a blue hole, filled with over 200 kinds of sea creatures, so catch and make sushi from all of them. Subnautica and Subnautica Below Zero. Although I am a fan of Jacques Cousteau, Subnautica always looked more like a Little Mermaid to me. You know, a very colorful world filled with shiny bright corals and fishes seemed like a game for kids and not for an old grumpy dude like me. But you know, as a YouTuber I have to try a lot of games, at least a little, so I could have a perspective, so I installed the game and I love it now. It's addictive and it's really hard to stop playing. You know, they should put a label on it or something warning people that before and after the playtime, in that time years could pass without a trace. When you finally finish playing, you go to the bathroom to take a biggie for the first time in like 20 years, and you are suddenly this guy.
At the place where you're supposed to have the toilet paper, you got this little shelf with 3 seashells on it.
He doesn't know how to use the 3 seashells.
So yeah, that's what Subnautica can do to you. And Below Zero is Subnautica too, but you don't have to play the first part to understand everything. For example, I would start from the first part, but just because I could have more of it to play. But hey, it doesn't really matter. Barotrauma. Here, in the not-too-distant future, humanity has fled to one of Jupiter's moons. With its irradiated icy surface, life can only be found in the ocean below. You'll travel through a punishing underwater world and discover what lies in the depths of Europa. Basically, this is a 2D co-op survival horror submarine simulator, one of the most casual genres, no doubt, inspired by base-building games like RimWorld or Dwarf Fortress. Also, it has a fun mode quite similar to Among Us. One of your crewmates may be a traitor. So, as you can see, Barotrauma has nothing to do with poor guys getting traumas in a local bar. Game has above 90% of positive reviews, and people on Steam are saying that this game is filled with stupid jellyfish and can be played by everyone with developed brains, meaning that it's not for kids, but you can play it with your grandma. Far Changing Tides. It is absolutely without any doubt a work of art.
Hey, you said fart. A work of fart.
Oh, shut up. This is an atmospheric vehicle adventure that follows the emotional journey of a boy and his ship as he embarks on a voyage to find a new home. You will sail stormy waters, dive unknown depths, and explore forgotten ruins in a beautifully realized world of flood. The game is filled with different landscapes, sun-scorched dusty plains, stormy skies, and high seas. You will have to crack many puzzles as well and enjoy interesting mechanics. Also, I can't be silent about a very cool soundtrack that reacts to your actions, amplifies key moments, and creates an atmosphere. Really cool. People on Steam are saying that the game is super chill and puzzles are not mind-bending, so if you are like me, you know, a bit dumber, you'll be okay as well. And it also has a beautiful ending. SOMA. Here you will explore an abandoned underwater facility in the bottom of the ocean. You don't know what happened here, where everybody is, and what is your purpose.
Pass butter.
Oh my god.
Although soon enough you will find out that you are not alone here. You will walk through creepy corridors, experience weird paranormal events, and all the time feel the hundreds of meters of water above you. And not everybody you'll meet on this journey will be willing to give you a direction or two. Most of the inhabitants will be willing to make a potato salad out of you instead, so be careful. If you played any Amnesia game, be aware that SOMA's gameplay is basically the same, just set in absolutely different place. The game has a few jump scares, but in general it is a slow burner, where the game takes its time to create the atmosphere of claustrophobic loneliness, pretty much like in Alien Isolation. You know that no one will help you in the time of need, and that time of need will definitely come, probably not once and not twice. SOMA has a great story, cool ending, and is a masterpiece in general. We need to go deeper. This is a wonderful co-op game. Here you'll control a submarine with friends in a 2 to 4 player roguelike, set in a Jules Verne-inspired undersea adventure. The game is designed with human interaction in mind, so you will have to communicate or perish terribly. You can play the game with friends, strangers, or bots, although I recommend you to have friends or at least some strangers from Discord, because the game is not very popular right now. You know, it was released in 2019, so the fame faded away already. When I wrote this review, there were 12 players online. That is not much. Despite that, this is a great game with fun mechanics and really cool visuals. Thalassa, Edge of the Abyss. I am almost sure that you never heard about this game. It is not favored by Steam algorithm in any way. So as developers say, this is a single-player first-person psychological drama set in 1905. And for me it is kinda obvious that this is a walking simulator as well. Nothing bad with that. Just keep in mind that here you won't be running shooting Cthulhu minions. Any minions, to be fair, because the game is set in our reality and has almost no fantasy elements. So here you will explore a sunken vessel and try to crack its secrets. Just don't read the game's description on Steam, the first part is a spoiler fest. Another case of saving money on a good commercial writer. They never learn. Anyway, this looks like a really fun game, but if you have your doubts, you can play a free demo on Steam. Maneater. Have you ever wanted to become a shark? To swim in the endless ocean until you get eaten by a bigger shark or a killer whale? Well, honestly, being a shark kinda sucks. I wish I was a jellyfish instead. No brain, no worries, no anxiety, only never-ending fun. Yeah, I'm sure jellyfishes feel like that every day. Anyway, Maneater will let you experience the ultimate power fantasy as the apex predator of the seas. Become a giant shark and eat someone. By the way, Maneater is a single-player open-world action RPG. Yeah, you heard right, it's an RPG game. I can only guess that you weren't expecting that. You will start as a small shark pup tasked with surviving the harsh world while eating your way up the ecosystem. To do this, you will explore a large and varied open world, encounter diverse enemies and prey, both human and wildlife. Find the right resources and you can grow and evolve far beyond what nature intended. It's a game after all. This is fortunate because you can get revenge on all those filthy fishermen. In other waters. This is one of the coolest indie games I have stumbled on recently. Story begins when Ellery is called to the planet Gliese, only to arrive at an abandoned base. She finds herself adrift in an ocean of secrets with little more than a malfunctioning diving suit and a strange AI to guide her. And you play not as an Ellery, as you already assumed, but as this AI. How the turns have tabled, huh? So you have to guide Ellery and keep her safe as you dive deeper and explore an underwater alien landscape. The planet's unique life and its dark history are yours to uncover, and the bond between you and Ellery will be tested by the secrets you learn. People are talking that this game floats somewhere between an art project, a work of fiction, and an experiment in minimalist UI design. I absolutely agree, and I will add the fact that this game is awesome, and if you like stuff like that, you should definitely try it out. Verne, the Shape of Fantasy. If the legends are to be believed, an ancient artifact lies buried in the lost land of Atlantis that has the power to change the course of history. By the legends, this artifact had power that was once responsible for both the rise and fall of legendary Atlantis, and you will have to find it. So this is an adaptation of Jules Verne novel, but it doesn't follow the book step by step. You know, the trick is that you are Jules Verne himself here. Yeah, don't ask. The game itself, of course, is more like a walking simulator than a real adventure game, but some of the puzzles will try to mess with your brain. I think it is a nice hidden gem you should definitely try. Abzu. From the art director of Journey, Abzu is a beautiful underwater adventure that evokes the dream of diving. Here you'll immerse yourself in a vibrant hidden world, bursting with color and life as you descend into the heart of the ocean. But beware, as you swim deeper you will confront the dangers lurking in the depths. Nah, I'm kidding, you can't actually die here, and you have no fighting skills as well. This game is a pure adventure, a real member of the walking simulator family. Well, swimming simulator I guess. Although keep in mind that without a controller it is almost impossible to play it. Even with controller it may prove to be a challenge at first, but after a while your brain will adapt and you won't be thinking all the time which button you actually want to press. The adventure is a bit naive, so the game is suitable for children as well. Also for your mother, just help her with the controls, otherwise she may say something like,
I don't understand anything. I want to go up, but it goes down. This BS is still happening even if I'm pressing all the right red buttons?
No, you're not, so let me show you. So, if you played Journey, you probably will like Abzu as well. This is a great game, you have my sincere recommendations, although keep in mind that this game is just like your Ding Dong. Very short. Death in the Water 2. Here you will dodge and carve your way through swarms of terrifying sea creatures, controlled by a vicious, giant, mind-controlling kraken that haunts your every move. You will scavenge for hidden treasure to unlock weapons and upgrades, but the environment of this game will make sure that every dive reveals a new nightmare. As you investigate ruins, wrecks and reefs, the tension escalates. The marine life mirrors real behavior, with sharks and creatures remaining passive unless provoked. So don't splash the water and don't pretend to be a seal. Honestly, this advice is legit not only in this game, but also in real life, except if you are attending a gathering of people who pretend to be seals, which is a very popular thing in Estonia, for example, I'm not joking. So, the game features a campaign, also survival and free roam modes. People on Steam are saying that this game is very detailed and is suitable for almost every first-person shooter horror fan. The only bad thing is, if you get motion sickness easily, then avoid. Murky Divers. This is basically a Lethal Company clone with a Subnautica setting. You will dive with a team of up to 4 friends or strangers to the bottom of the ocean. Your mission is to remove all dead bodies from abandoned labs and erase any evidence on their failed experiments. And those experiments are what left all these lab rats dead. So prepare to meet some nightmares of the deep. They are really creepy. All in all, this is a horror game to play with friends, to scream together and generate nervous laughter afterwards. Also, your oxygen will run out way quicker than you expect, so there are a lot of ways to die, but you should avoid that, dying is not what you want. And another fun part is your submarine. You'll have to navigate blindly only with the help of sonar to avoid dangers. Great game to finally acquire the fear of the ocean, although be sure you are okay with motion sickness, this game is known to generate one. Iron Lung. This is a short horror game where you will pilot a submarine on the alien moon in the ocean of blood. You will navigate using an incomplete satellite map and proximity sensors, and will have extremely limited vision of your surroundings through the lens of a grainy still camera. Game may not look like much, but I dare you to try it. The setting will quickly build dread and paranoia in your veins, be sure of that. Iron Lung is super short, it won't take you longer than an hour to finish, so I suggest you to avoid watching gameplays, and even this short review is not what you want to see. At least I muted the sound, which is the main thing of this game. Anyway, one fun fact for the end. Markiplier played the game and he was so impressed he decided to make a movie based on it. It is finished but not released yet, although who knows when you are watching this video, so check it out just to be sure. Aquatico. A simple but challenging base builder where you will have to raise an underwater city and prosper in the process. The world's surface has become a barren wasteland, forcing humanity to pour any remaining hope for a new beginning into depths of the sea. As developers say, upon discovering the world below the tides, the opportunity to start over is within reach. Despite the new beginning, the dangers and challenges that lie ahead won't make survival under the sea a simple task. Well, I don't know who could ever think that survival under the sea is a simple task. We will have a city on Mars sooner than we will have one under the sea on Earth. You know, absence of air and huge pressure is way harder to deal with than the absence of air and no pressure, but not here. Aquatico is a fun game for everyone who likes managing huge cities, building pipelines, electricity cables and stuff like that. Song of the Deep. This is a Metroidvania-style action-adventure side-scroller. You'll explore a non-linear interactive world filled with treasures and mysteries. You can equip your submarine with 30 different upgrades and 15 additional abilities to access new areas of the sea. You can also combine those abilities in various ways. For example, you can catch a torpedo with your claw arm. The game is also story-rich. Here you will be searching for your father. He probably went for milk and never returned. Anyway, along the way you'll make friends, discover lost civilizations and encounter terrible monsters deep down below. People on Steam are saying that the game is challenging, fun and ever-changing. You'll beat it in about 7 to 8 hours. U-Boat. This is a simulator of a submarine from the Second World War era, yet it is different from other more action-oriented games. U-Boat is a survival sandbox with crew management mechanics, while its primary theme is life of German sailors. The boat is their home, but it can become their grave at any time. The game is influenced by Fallout Shelter, XCOM and also the movie Das Boot. They even use the same decals for the submarine as seen in the movie. So here you'll have to control the crew in order to control your boat. You look after their mental and physical health, make sure the sailors won't become angry or tired. If their spirit is low, there is a chance of whining, bad morale and even a skirmish. So as real Germans back then would say,
yeah, so take care of them and make Hitler proud, ja, by sinking those ships of capitalist America, ja, Bier mit Sauerkraut, ja, wunderbar.
Silt. This is an atmospheric puzzle adventure and exploration game with hints of horror made by ignoring all the existing colors. I love it. Colors are for the weak. Yeah, alone in underwater abyss, you are a diver searching the deep to uncover long-forgotten mysteries. You are able to possess the creatures around you to solve puzzles and travel further into the darkness. I'll be honest, Silt looks absolutely beautiful and these hand-drawn backgrounds are, you know, I can agree with what developers are saying about their game.
It's an art brought to life.
Yeah, that's for sure. People on Steam are saying that this is a simplistic and fun puzzle game with the vibes of Limbo. Steering Abyss. This is an indie tactical squad-based game with strong RPG elements. Here you'll uncover the ancient mysteries of the oceans depicted in the classic style of Lovecraftian horror. You take charge of the surviving crew of a submarine that sinks while on a top-secret research mission during the early years of the Cold War. You find yourself surrounded by the ruins of a forgotten civilization and your vessel is too badly damaged to escape the seabed. You slowly unravel all the mysteries of the depths in a desperate quest to rescue your missing crew members and fix the crippled submarine. The choices you make determine the fate of your crew and the entire world. People on Steam are saying that here XCOM meets Cthulhu, and that is all you need to know. If you are in doubt, you can play free demo version. Depth. You'll play as a shark or a diver in a dark aquatic world and overcome your enemies by employing teamwork, stealth and killing. Here you will team up against AI or will be matched with other players. Game is a bit older, but at the time of writing this review it had around 40 players online. Not very much, but keeping in mind its age, that is a proof of a good game. And that also is good news for everyone with a weaker PC. So here you can play as a shark or as a diver. Choose one of 7 shark species and stalk your prey, or as a human diver explore the abyss in search of treasure. If shark attacks, just shoot it. That is a bit unrealistic because underwater bullets are useless. They travel only a meter or two before stopping completely. Mythbusters even had an episode about that. Anyway, the game has around 90% of positive reviews, so you can't be wrong with this one. Narcosis. I decided to start this list with a not-so-famous title, because I have no doubt that some of you are searching for something totally new and unheard. So, there you go. This is a horror game, set at the sunless depths of the Pacific Ocean. Stranded on the seafloor with low lights and few tools, you, an industrial diver, will have to take desperate steps to the surface before your oxygen and sanity runs out. You are trapped in your suit, or as you call it, a walking coffin. So, be careful. High-stress situations will accelerate oxygen intake, distorting sight, sound, space, and time. Your only weapons against the nightmarish flora and fauna of the abyss is a knife, flashlight, and a few flares. Here you won't find any shadowy organizations and eldritch terrors, only primal human fears and human limits. The game is very short, it will take around 3 hours to finish. But hey, as I always say, better short fun than a long agony. Submarine Titans. A long time ago, the game named StarCraft inspired this game. Submarine Titans was released in the year of 2000s and nobody noticed that. For real, StarCraft was my favorite game of all time, and I heard about Submarine Titans only a few years ago when it finally arrived on Steam. It's a wonderful classic RTS game that will run smoothly on your modern machine. Well, a not so modern machine as well. The game takes only half gigabyte of Cosmos and your microprocessor must have only 1 GHz of power. This is a joke, along with the price of this RTS game, which to be honest has a very positive review score. Beyond Blue. Similar to a bit outdated Nintendo game Endless Ocean, Beyond Blue delivers a calm single-player adventure. Set in the near future, the game lets you explore the mysteries of our ocean through the eyes of a deep-sea explorer and scientist. You will become a part of a newly formed research team using groundbreaking technologies to see, hear and interact with the ocean and its creatures. I wish I had this game when I was a child watching Ocean Adventures of Jacques-Yves Cousteau. I would have sold my soul to Satan for this game back then. Although I'm pretty sure that I tried to sell it a few times already. I don't think the price was acceptable for the devil, or I would be rich right now, instead of living in a Soviet-built apartment block somewhere in Eastern Europe. Anyway, here throughout 8 different dives you will explore the untouched world of our ocean and use cutting-edge technology, track sea creatures, unravel mysteries and interact with the ocean like never before. Stasis, Bone Totem. Perhaps I should start with the fact that the game has an overwhelmingly positive review score on Steam. That is always a great sign. Here you will take control of Mac and Charlie, a husband and wife duo who make their living by searching the ocean for salvage. But when you stumble upon an abandoned oil rig in the Pacific Ocean, you uncover a horrific secret, and the evil corporation behind it will do anything to keep it hidden. As you embark on your adventure, you will encounter an immersive narrative filled with spine-tingling horror and unexpected twists. Stasis Bone Totem, despite being a psychological horror game, is kinda relaxing because of the point-and-click nature and an interesting puzzles to solve. Bioshock Remastered. This is an immersive sim shooter loaded with powerful weapons and interesting tactics. You'll have a complete arsenal at your disposal, from simple revolvers to grenade launchers and chemical throwers, but you will also be forced to genetically modify your DNA to create an even more deadly weapon, which is you. So there is only a small chance that you have never heard about the game, but I can assure you that Bioshock is one of the best first-person shooter games ever created, and this remastered version includes some additional content, 65 Steam achievements, full controller support, modern textures, and of course 4K support as well. And now, thank you for watching, have a nice day, and I'll see you next time. Bye!